Thank you. I would like to call this special board meeting of the Loveland Board of Education to order at probably 5:01 PM and ask our treasurer for a roll call.
Reverend Eilert, Dr. Lorenz,
Here.
Dr. Schwetchen.
Notes the telephone number to call if the door is found to be locked. In the interest of transparency and of following proper procedures and Ohio Revised Code, this evening on this agenda, we'll be asking the Board of Education to consider rescinding the action taken on July 17th for appointment to the board seat. Unfortunately, this action presents an additional challenge. Ohio Revised Code 3313.11 states that the board shall fill a vacant seat at the next meeting. That next meeting would have been July 17th. That's the reason the board did not choose to wait until July 18th at their regular meeting to make an appointment, so as to follow the next meeting. If we were to rescind our action this evening and as a remedy make an action again, we have legal counsel that notes that we might be in violation of the law that says make an appointment by the next meeting. Again, according to legal counsel, we believe that if we rescind this, we are curing what happened at a meeting that unfortunately was not open, but we do not have the option to remedy further by an appointment. So we believe that that decision will fall to the probate court after July 29th, which is 30 days after the resignation of Mr. Doherty. According to law, the probate court will be notified that we have been unable to complete this appointment, and we hope that they will act and consider the work and action that we did, but that they will act expediently to fill this board seat. And so that is the explanation of what we are asking for on this agenda this evening. I don't know if board members have any questions.
Just to interrupt, I want to make sure, I know we're having issues with our Zoom here. I don't know if the meeting needs to be started. The audio, are we sure that we have all the audio of the meeting? Or?
So we missed the very start because the microphone battery as well died on the backup camera. So
Now we have a backup to the backup.
Yep, so we got the backup to the backup.
So what was missed on the audio was our call to order.
Call to order, and up
at
until
5:10 p.m. as our
Yes.
do-over was. So we called to order at 5:10 p.m. just for the point of recording and making sure that we have all the actions on tape. The meeting was called to order at 5:10. There was a roll call, and myself, Dr. Swetchenow, and Mrs. Washburn are here. Reverend Eilert is out of town. So the roll call was taken. Then there was an action to adopt the agenda. Mrs. Washburn moved and Dr. Swetchenow seconded to adopt the agenda. I've made comments. I don't believe we voted on adopting the agenda, have we?
We did.
We did. Okay, I didn't mark that down. Sorry, in my haste to make my comments. So we did vote on adopting the agenda. Were my comments recorded?
I don't believe so.
I'll transcribe those into the minutes.
All right, if we could do so. I just made comments as to the purpose of the meeting, the reason
It was, yeah, sorry, your recent commentary was.
That was
Yep,
in there.
yep.
Okay, very good. So I think we've got everything recorded now. Again, we are having trouble with the streaming. The recording of this meeting will be available as our recordings are, at least the audio portion and whatever video we are able to have. They will be completed and available sometime tomorrow through the link on the website for the meeting. All right, questions, comments, concerns?
What avenue is available to us to help to inform the probate court of the decisions that we made so that they understand what the purpose of being asked to do this is?
This is a very, according to our lawyer, this is a fairly unusual circumstance. And I don't know what avenues are available to us other than the law says that the probate court will be notified of this situation. I believe that it says the treasurer of the board will make that notification.
Is it worth it for us to reaffirm tonight in this meeting our intention to appoint Brad Goldie to the remainder of Kevin Doherty's term in order to help the probate court understand what our intentions are, since we're now rescinding his appointment?
And so you're suggesting another resolution?
Yeah. If it's of any value.
I don't, it won't have any standing as far as an appointment, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
see, I mean, a board can make any
Well-
we would need a resolution to amend the agenda. I believe we would be fine because it's still the subject for which the meeting was called, so.
I believe it probably has some benefit for the probate court system to realize that our intention is to follow all of the rules in Ohio Revised Code. And if they need any help and guidance in determining who the appropriate person is to fill that seat, this is who we would recommend. And that would probably be good to do officially,
All right, if you
if
would,
it works.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to make a
you need to first
motion
make,
to amend the
yeah,
agenda.
thank you.
To restate the board's intention to appoint Brad Goldie to the unexpired term of Kevin Doherty, who has resigned.
And I'll second that motion. So that's a motion to amend the agenda. Before we vote on amending the agenda, would your opinion be that that should go before the rescission of the appointment or after the rescission of the appointment?
I do it after.
Okay. All right. Any other comments or questions?
The only comment I would make is thanks to the board. I think it's important that the transparency that you're showing here, that, you know, it was an honest mistake and we're trying to make sure we do it the right way. So I appreciate it.
I think the additional impetus to have the meeting to do this rather than waiting for some other meeting was simply to allow there to be public understanding of what was going on rather than letting things be out there without an answer from the board.
Thank you.
All right, can we, Mr. Giuffre, can we vote on the motion to amend the agenda?
Dr. Schwartz,
Yes.
Dr. Lorenz,
Yes.
Mrs. Washburn.
Yes. Motion carried. Then it's my understanding that the first thing we should do now is have a motion to rescind the appointment of Dr. Brad Goldie to the vacant board seat due to a procedural error.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on that motion? This obviously is not in any way reflecting on Dr. Goldie or any of the persons that we interviewed for this position. It is purely a procedural error, and we believe that we need to remedy that procedural error. So, all right, can we vote on that, Mr. Giuffre?
Mrs. Washburn,
Yes.
Dr. Schwartz,
Yes.
Dr. Lorenz.
Yes. Motion carried. Now I'll ask
Do I just say that again?
Dr. Swetchenow to make his motion for a second.
I would move that we add formal recognition into the agenda of a motion of the board's recommendation to appoint Brad Goldie to the unexpired term of Kevin Doherty as he has resigned. And that would be the end of my statement of what I think the motion needs to have. But with the purpose being that then the probate court has some documentation that the formal request of the board is for that.
I would second that.
All right, so there's a motion and a second. Do we all three of us understand what the motion is? Mr. Giuffre, do you think you have the text of that so that it can be put into the minutes?
Yes.
All right, any other questions? Can we vote on that?
Dr. Schwartz,
Yes.
Mrs. Washburn,
Yes.
Dr. Lorenz.
Yes. That being all the business that was on the agenda for this evening, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
And all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Now, motion carried, meeting adjourned at 5:23.